Welcome back to Black History Month Daily. My name is Derek Chapman, and let me ask you, you've heard of Amelia Earhart, but have you ever heard of Bessie Coleman? Now, Bessie Coleman was the first black woman to obtain a pilot license. Bessie was born on January 26, 1892 in Atlanta, Texas. Her parents were sharecroppers, and Bessie used to pick cotton on the farm. And every day as a young child, she traveled 4 miles when she wasn't picking cotton to school. And in school, she was phenomenal at math and really good at reading, but she always had dreams of doing something bigger. At the age of 23, Bessie would end up moving to Chicago to live with her older brothers. There, she got a job as a manicurist in a barbershop. And within there were a lot of soldiers who were returning from World War I, and she heard lots of stories of the fighting there and the different pilots. And she also heard that there were female European pilots. So that is what sparked her inspiration to want to become a pilot. So she went to different pilot schools within the United States to get a license. And during that time, not only were women not allowed to get a license, but black women on top of that was unheard of, where they were not allowed. But that did not stop Bessie. She ended up meeting Robert Abbott. Robert Abbott was the owner of the Chicago Defender, a newspaper in the Chicago area. He heard about Bessie's story and was inspired. So he told her, maybe you should travel to France and actually try to obtain your license. Bessie didn't have the money to go, but that didn't stop her either. She ended up meeting Jesse Bing. He heard her story. He was a banker in the area, and he financed her entire trip. In France, Bessie was the only black person and the only woman in the training school. She ended up in 1921 obtaining her aviator license and making her the first black woman to obtain a license. Bessie would return home to a large fanfare. She ended up becoming a celebrity when she returned back to America. She ended up becoming a stunt flyer in aviator shows, and people packed the stands to see the first black woman pilot. With that being said, she would only perform in places that were not segregated. So she would not perform to places that would not allow black ticket holders to view along with white ticket holders. Bessie also spoke at different events around the world and around the United States. And there she was there to promote future black pilots who wanted to pursue their dreams of becoming a pilot. And her goal was to open her own aviator school for black pilots. But unfortunately, in 1926, on April 30th, she ended up dying in a plane crash. But that did not stop her dream of inspiring others to become pilots. Bessie's legacy would live on well past her death. There was John Robinson. He was inspired by her. He's the father of the Tuskegee Airmen, or known as the father of the Tuskegee Airmen. There's Cornelius Coffey. He's a creator of an aviation school. There's Willa Brown. She was the first African-American woman to earn her pilot license in the U.S. There was Harmon Bragg. She was the first African-American woman to get her commercial pilot's license. There was Robert Lawrence, the first black astronaut. And then there's Mae Johnson. She's the first black woman to fly in outer space. So Bessie's legacy lives on, and she is a blessing to all of us and an American hero. And join us back here tomorrow when Kevin will be speaking about Frederick Douglass and the history of the 4th of July. And remember, Black history is also American history. See you next time.